Welcome to Lifting Spirits Conversations Around the Piano. Today, we're going to talk about the Raue Center for the Arts in Crystal Lake. And first of all, though, I want to thank our sponsor, Piano Trends Music Company in Crystal Lake. And Drew, how you doing back there? Our fine producer here today.
Good. Thanks for the intro. And yes, Piano Trends. Hey, listen, if you have a need for an instrument, if you're looking for lessons, if you're looking for a piano, everybody wants a piano.
Everybody. Right?
Or a guitar. Competitive price or a guitar. Competitive prices, anything from drums, drumsticks, wreaths, you name it, clarinets, trumpets. Piano Trends does it all. Come check it out locally. Tim, how do they get a hold of you?
You get a hold of us real easy. You call us at 815-47-PIANO. You can go to the website, pianotrends.com, and you'll find all ways to connect with us there. So we teach, you play. Let's get together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Also, if you like the show, check out some other great shows here at 216 Creator Studios. Go to the old YouTube, 216 Creator Studios. Click on the live tab. Please like, share, subscribe. And we have a bunch of great shows that are out there, Tim.
Oh, I watched one of the shows this morning that you did live with the Marines and the veterans. What a great service that was. Those guys
they're a great crew. They've been doing it for about a year now, and they're doing a lot of great stuff for veterans and helping other veterans. So
they do.
It's a good time. But it looks like today, hey, it's Jerry.
It's all me. About Jerry. Jerry, the trash man.
The trash man. Yeah. Or Jake or trash man, whatever.
Or Jake, not from State
Not
Farm.
from State Farm.
Or Dick Pa.
Or Dick Pa. Right on.
Right. You better explain that one. First of all, Jerry Traxel is with us here today as a board member at the Raue Center, and we share that in common.
Yes, we do.
Tell us about your grandson and where his nickname came
from. Okay, not a problem. My nickname came from? Well, let's see. I have a grandson. He's almost 7 years old. His name is Evan. And let's see. When Evan was born, he had a little bit of a speech impediment. So he couldn't say grandpa. So he calls me Dick Pa. Now, is that because he couldn't say it? Or is that because somebody said, your grandpa's a real dick? I'm not sure, but I'm Dick Pa. My daughter tried to teach him, I'm grandpa. I said, no, I'm Dick Pa. There's a lot of grandpas, but there's only one Dick Pa. And that's where that came from.
You have a lot of unusual nicknames, that's for sure. But,
yes, I do. Yeah.
Well, Jerry, kind of like myself, we played in a lot of bands in our youth.
Yes.
And we never did become the rock stars that we set out to be, but... I play piano well enough to own a music store. And,
there you go.
And you play guitar well enough to be a board member at the Raue Center.
That's what it is, yeah.
But we have fun on our regular live stream Lifting Spirits. Once or twice a month, Jerry will join us and join the staff. And we have a lot of fun. In fact, we did a recent one that was a lot of fun. We did a night of Journey. And then we followed it up with Journey as would have been done by the Muppets.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so that's on YouTube, by the way, so you can look that up.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes, we did, Mr. Tim.
Yes, you were very good that night.
So were you. It was good.
It was a blast.
Yeah, we had a lot of time, and we're going to do something coming up in a couple of days, too.
We are.
Which is timely, because we decided to do this before we had the Neil Diamond guy booked at the Raue Center.
We did. Yeah.
I know. So we'll do a little prelude.
We'll do a little prelude. We'll do a night of Neil Diamond on Lifting Spirits in the next week or so.
We just make sure we can't do it too good.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that. We'll be okay with that.
There you go.
But I guarantee you there'll be a Sweet Caroline in there somewhere.
There is.
No,
yes.
there is. Yeah.
Should we bring it with? Oh, wait, no.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, too.
But anyway, talking about the Raue Center, it's a local nonprofit institution, and there are so many great shows, and it's for the community and a lot of education that we put forth in programs and classes. But let's talk about a couple of the shows first, and then we'll talk about the history of the Raue Center a little bit. But like you mentioned, we've got a Neil Diamond tribute coming up.
Yes, we do.
I know there's a Pink Floyd tribute called Think Floyd.
Think Floyd, and it's an amazing show. Not only is the music great, but the light show that they put on is worth every penny
Yeah,
of coming there. It's absolutely phenomenal what they do there. It's a great night. It's a lot
it
of fun
is.
that
And
night.
they're backed by popular demand because we've had them before.
Yes, we had them, then another one, and then these guys are coming back.
Right.
Right.
And the music world lost Olivia Newton-John not that long ago in the last year or two, and we're going to have an Olivia tribute show, I believe, in May. So that should be good. And
Yeah.
we're going to have a Supertramp.
I know, and that's the other thing.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of Supertramp songs we can do.
we'll do a prelude to that too. We'll
Okay.
roll it for 'em.
Take a look at my girlfriend. Oh, no, don't you take a look at my girl.
Yeah, it's a Supertramp. That's
Oh,
that should,
I should have
stepped into
expected that.
one. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, what is? Let's talk about the history a little bit. You know?
Sure.
And I know Meredith does a great job in marketing over at the Rouse Center. We got a wonderful staff.
Oh,
We
man.
don't want to leave anybody out, but
No.
Meredith's working hard promoting all of these shows. And I know you talked with her this morning.
I did.
What's on her mind?
Okay, the first thing she wanted me to bring up was we do have a program that honors our veterans. And for each show, there's a certain amount of tickets that are allocated for free for our veterans. And when those tickets are given away, then any other veteran who wants a ticket gets a 25% discount on any tickets. And that's because we appreciate everything that all the veterans do for us, have and had done. Then the other thing she wanted me to bring up was some of the shows that are coming up that we can talk about a little bit. You want to talk about the history first or the shows?
Let's do a little history first.
Okay,
I'm
fine.
always fascinated by Rouse Center history,
Okay. Well,
especially the ghost that lives upstairs.
yeah, you know what? I've never seen or heard the ghost, but I will one day. I'll
You
be
will.
real
You
quiet.
will, yeah. You got to hang out late at night.
Hard
I've
pass.
done that.
Rafters.
Hard pass.
Yes, exactly.
I've hung out there late at night one time, but
Maybe
yeah,
you scared the ghost away.
maybe I did. I'm not too sure. Anyway, so history. You know, it started as the Altavar Theater, built in 1929, and you know the name Altavar really didn't have anything to do with anything.
No,
Except for the fact that somebody was traveling around out west and said, "Hey, Altavar, it's a cool name."
that's right.
Right. And then let's see, when I moved out into Crystal Lake, there was a movie theater. And before that, when it was El Tovar, they actually had movies there also, right?
Mhm.
And then they had vaudeville acts and they had theatrical acts and whatever. And I think that closed down, gosh, I don't know, it must have been what, in the early mid 80s when it closed down. It was a Showcase for a while, Showcase Theater.
Showcase Theater.
And then that closed and they opened up the theaters down on 14. And I believe the renovation started in 1999,
It did. Late 90s.
late 90s, with a wonderful grant by Lucille Raue and her family, I guess, was all
Exactly,
involved in
right.
that.
Hence the name Rouse Center.
Hey, that's right. And I think it opened up as this theater in late 21. Is that right?
It did. 2001.
2001. Sorry,
2001,
2001.
yeah.
Right. Right. And
We reopened in 21 after the 2020 pandemic.
yes.
Yeah, but originally
Well, you know,
we opened it.
brain doesn't work all that well, but yeah.
And the very first act at the Rouse Center, people may not know this, Steve Shelley, who's on our board,
Yeah.
the Crystal Lake Community Choir was actually the first.
Was it
act.
really? Oh,
It was
wow.
scheduled.
I did not know that at all.
They were the first ones to perform on the stage
Didn't know
as
that.
the Rouse Center. Yeah.
And let's see, Linda, my wife, Linda, she was a volunteer as a bartender in 2002. Then she got me involved in 2000, end of 2002, 2003, and I got hooked.
And we didn't even run into each other much for the first 10 years.
No, not until I saw Bobby standing there, and you're tuning the piano up on stage.
I've tuned that piano a few times since.
I guess you have.
2001.
And I was standing there, and there was this lady standing next to me, and there was this fellow tuning a piano without a tuning fork. I'm like, who does that? And I said to this lady, that guy's tuning a piano without a tuning fork. And she goes, that's my husband, Tim. And I said, no way. So I said, what's your name? Bobby. And then she said, what's my name? Jerry. So me being the fool, the first thing I did to Bobby was sing Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for singing Bobby McGee to her. And I think I did that every time I saw her the next few years.
It's scary how our minds work sometimes.
Well, at least it
Tell me
didn't
about
come off like, look at this idiot trying to tune a piano. Right? Then she would have been like, that's my husband.
That does actually happen.
Yeah, and then that's my history.
Yeah.
And you've been involved way more than I have been.
From the very beginning, I mean, we started out, I don't know if you remember community concerts at Crystal Lake. Not associated with the Raue, but they were scheduled to be one of the first community organizations to work with the Raue Center.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to bring in 3 acts a year and play them over at South High School.
Oh,
But they didn't serve that organization didn't survive to the opening of the Raue. But when the Raue Center first opened, our first donation to the Raue Center was a dozen music stands because they had no music stands.
Oh, yeah.
For the orchestras. So we've kind of been involved ever since then, and probably tuned the piano a dozen times a year minimum since then, and joined the board.
Yeah.
Somewhere in
How long's it been since you've been on the board? A long time.
I've been on the board a long time. 2008, 2009.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you have been.
Yeah. And,
I think you conned me into it about 2.5 to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
He's like, I might as well have my friends joining me on this since I'm stuck here for so long.
Exactly, right.
It's
Yep.
true. It's true. But yeah,
You guys been doing a great job with the Raue, and so we actually have a show coming out here shortly with the Raue.
Yeah.
As I think they're in our green room as we speak.
Yes, they are. Yeah.
And so, a quick question for you. So, the Roue's been around for a while. It's a not-for-profit organization,
Right.
Correct? 2 questions, actually. First question being, there's more than just music that happens at the Raue, correct? So you get live stand-up comedy. You got what other things happen at the Raue, and how come Lifting Spirits doesn't do a Raue?
We've been asked that before.
Yeah, we've been asked that before. Yeah, I don't know. That's a Richard's call.
Yes,
So
that
Richard
is. Yeah.
Crandall, the
Well,
CEO.
like you said one time, he can't afford us.
He can't afford it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we're
Gotcha.
way too expensive.
Yes.
That plane ticket to get there, I know.
Yeah, that's
First
right.
class.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
And everything's first class with Lifting Spirits.
Yes,
I know.
and it's probably about the same distance from your house to there. It's my house to there, so it's a long way. Probably.
Well, Jerry, they had a decision, Eddie Van Halen or Jerry, and they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a toss up,
Who knows? But you asked about comedy.
Yeah.
So we do have a lot of stand-up comedy also. So we got a little something for everyone. But here's something interesting. The person who helps us book the comedy, his name is John DeCoste, and he works with Steve Cochran a lot. It's on the radio a lot. Very funny man. And he
Great
also, we talk about classes. One of the classes we offer, adult classes, is comedy. You want to learn comedy? You can come to a class with John DeCoste. And I happen to know someone who's in the middle of a comedy class. with
Who
John
might that
DeCoste.
be?
That might be you.
Yes, it might
Wow.
be.
And so
interesting.
Jerry will be on the stage. Was it March 16th? I think it is.
Sometime towards the end of March, the middle
Yeah.
end of March.
I'm going to
something
need
like
a
that.
front row seat on that one.
Oh, you got it. We'll make
just
sure
to put
that
the
happens.
heat on,
There you go. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, cappuccino's here. I'm done for.
Hey, maybe you should take that class too. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't find me funny
Yeah, I do.
because it comes off as like, how? How am I funny? What do I look like, a clown to you?
So tell us how the class is going. You had your first.
It's going
class
fine.
this week,
Yeah.
right?
We had our first 2-hour class. And, first thing John did was to tell us about, what's going to happen. We had a little sheet of paper with the itinerary over the next 6 weeks. And then each one of us took a turn standing up on a microphone to see if we were comfortable in front of a microphone. I've never had that problem. And I don't think any of the other people did either.
Yeah.
Everything was kind of cool. And what we had to do is explain a little bit about ourselves and why we're taking the class. And a few little things like that. And then we all sat down, did that. Then we had to come back up. And then we had this little impromptu thing. Tell me a joke. So the first thing that came to my mind
Easy
was,
now. Tell us a joke.
No, this
Okay,
one's
all
good.
right, all right.
No, this one is just simple because I know John, being on the radio and everything, I said, Tom Skilling's retiring. And I said, it took him a long time to figure out whether or not to do it.
Kadoom-bum.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we had a little thing where they had people who live in glass houses, and then you had to come up with the ending, 5 endings. So we each did that.
Okay.
And so we all had these little things, and I had my 5 little endings. Some of them are appropriate, some of them weren't. But that's okay.
Maybe you can tell us afterwards.
I can't. Well, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. One of the things was people who live in glass houses can see the fiddler on the roof. And
that's good. I like that one.
Yeah. And
if I were there, I would have started playing Sunrise Sunset.
Probably. Then what was the other one? People who live in glass houses can see all 4 TVs from the same couch. That's not so funny.
Well,
that's more of a truism.
Yes, it's a truism.
Yeah,
right?
There's a little truth to that, right? Right.
Well, I know there's another adult class that we'll talk about when we do our live podcast with Jamie Mabrin and Rob Charlo. But Jamie is going to be teaching a Broadway boot camp in May. So if you ever wanted to be on Broadway in musicals, you want to attend that boot camp. So there's information up at the Rouse Center website on that. But this is fun. And the thing is with the Rouse Center, besides all the classes, we're really building up the education and with the kids. And we're gonna be talking more about that. But we've got Mean Girls, Diary of a Wimpy Kid coming up. We've got a great musical in the summer. I think that it's going to be fantastic. It's called Bandstand. Yeah.
And we're looking for musicians.
And we're looking for musicians to be not only. It's going to be interesting. They're going to be the pit orchestra and provide the music, but they're also going to be on stage, so they need to act a little bit as well. So if you're interested in that, get in touch with us at the Rouse Center. Again, it's rousecenter.org. And the phone number is on the website if you want to check that out, unless Jerry happens to have it there.
815-356-9212.
There we go. And that's why Drew is such a great producer.
There you go.
Looks like it's the spring of 2024 going on stage. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the musical. Looks like auditions are happening, now?
Right now, the auditions are happening.
Folks, you want to get your kids involved.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want them just sitting on the couch with the old hand computer,
exactly.
Thumb texting everybody. Get them off the couch. Get them over there. Get them auditioning. It's going to be a great time. Was there a scholarship going?
Exactly, there is. So if your money's a little tight right now, we've got some scholarship and financial assistance available, and you don't have to pay anything back. We do this so that we can reach out to the community and get more of the community and the community's kids involved in theater.
You guys do such great things. Such great things. And Jerry, you're awesome. I've seen you come in to the store and just happily pick up a guitar, sit there in front of camera, and go bananas with everybody. You're the first one to offer help. You would be the last one to leave if we didn't push you out. And congratulations on the comedy class. That sounds like it's fantastic.
Yeah, it should be
just
fun.
A quick punch. Where is that class at?
It's actually at St. Mary's Episcopal Church in one of the classrooms there. And then our graduation will be on stage at the Rouse Center in part of Lucy's Cafe.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So we'll be there. John will open up. Then I think there's 8 of us. We'll do our little 3 to 5 minute bits. And then the headliner will come.
Yep.
And then John will naturally close. So it'll be fun.
Love the stuff with the veterans that you guys are doing. Man, keep on keeping on. That's great.
Yeah, the veterans, they get in free. It's just as simple as that. They just have to register and be part of it, and we'll get them to see shows.
That's awesome.
Yeah, anybody who sacrifices to serve our country deserves some breaks, and they don't get enough breaks.
No, they don't.
And this is one small way that we can give back at the Rouse Center. So it's important to us. Our vice president, Johnny Jacobson, is a Navy vet.
Okay.
And I believe he's the one who had the idea to do this program years ago that started it.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks, John.
Built from that.
Nice.
So it was it's just a good thing. But you alluded to our St. Mary's campus,
Yes.
and we do a lot of our classes over there. But we also during the summer we do our outdoor concert series, and we're going to have some great shows this summer.
Mhm.
So on a Friday or Saturday night, you come out, you sit under the stars or the trees if you don't like stars, and we're going to have some great acts out there.
Yep.
But we not only bring in a lot of tribute bands and a lot of big name artists during the year, we also have local and regional artists that come in. Bourbon Country comes to
Right.
mind right away.
Great band.
Awesome band.
So much fun.
They're all local here. I got to play with them during the
I know,
concert.
I saw
That
it.
was fun. But they're going to be, I believe they're going to be at the Rouse in May. sometime.
I
We
can
scheduled
let
that.
you know. They're actually.
We actually had them scheduled, and there was this little snowstorm and
You-
14 degrees below zero weather that night.
Yeah,
so
that day.
we moved them to May, where we figure there's a good chance we won't have that.
Yeah, it's not showing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
May 3rd
May 3rd
at 8
Bourbon
p.m.
Country.
Bourbon Country.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Randy and Jody and company.
Oh,
yeah.
they're
Randy's
great.
awesome. Yeah.
Awesome. In fact, we're going to make it a point. If you guys are watching, we're going to bring you in here and talk about it.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that'd be great.
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yep. Quick shout out to Fernando Jones
Yeah.
out there in the Chi Chicago, who started a blues band camp for kids.
Oh, cool.
So we're looking to try to get him in here for a Around the Piano little interview and maybe a jam session
That'd be
with
awesome.
the kids. That would be great.
Yeah.
Will he take a 71-year-old kid?
He would.
Okay.
He's that kind of guy. He's a great dude. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You get the senior discounts. You don't you can play one key flat.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how do
Well,
you
we do that anyway.
how do you slow a guitar player down?
How do you slow a guitar player down, Jerry?
Put sheet music in
Put
front
sheet
of
music
him.
in front of him. True story.
Yes.
What's interesting about Fernando is that the connection was made actually by you and Deke
Yep.
at the NAMM show. So you
Yep.
had to travel thousands of miles to meet a guy from Chicago.
Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'd love to see what he's doing with the kids and how that's progressing. You don't hear about blues camp for kids.
No, you
No.
don't.
And,
very
and
rare,
I'm a
right?
huge blues fan, and you don't see it too much, period, right? So
Yeah.
that'll be an interesting interview having him in here.
It
So
will
looking
be.
forward to that.
And we're going to talk blues even more because at some point we're going to have Daniel Sauvigny, who kind of grew up playing piano in our store,
Nice.
and he now is Buddy Guy's main pianist.
Oh, cool.
So we're
Wow.
going to have
That's a
Daniel
claim to
Name
fame.
drop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah.
So that'd be a fun time. So we got a lot of interesting things coming up in the future here on Lifting Spirits around the piano.
Yeah.
But all good.
Before we go, I just want to bring up a few things, upcoming shows.
Yeah.
A few months back, we had a battle of the bands. A lot of local talent came in, including the guys from Piano Trends. And so the first place guy, J.J. Smith, he, besides a little bit of a prize, he has his own show at the Rouse Center.
It's coming up.
It's
Isn't that
coming
in
up
May?
relatively
May or
close.
April?
Yeah. Oh boy. It's well, I have to find out when it is.
J.J. Smith, rousecenter.org.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. No, I can't see it. It's not on here. Anyway, so JJ is, besides being a phenomenal musician, what a nice individual he is. And I think it would be fantastic if a lot of people in the area, even out of the area, came and see JJ, just to support, not only to support him, but to support all the local talent, because it's different now than it was when I was younger. Because when I was younger, on every street corner, there was at least one or two bars that had local bands.
Right.
That doesn't happen that much anymore.
Not as much as it used to.
No,
which is
no.
a shame. Yeah, we got to get back to more live music.
Absolutely.
It's getting better, but that's
Yes.
good. In fact, we'll have JJ come in. We'll sit down with JJ and talk.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a sweet fellow. And some other things we got, like the Van Morrison. Well, that's Derek.
Oh, with Derek.
With Derek, yeah.
Purcell.
Derek-
And he's been with us on Lifting Spirits before.
And he's doing Van Morrison, and he's our artist in residence, and his last show as artist in residence is coming up. Where is that? March 21st. That's
There we
his
go.
last show as artist in residence for the year. Then you mentioned Think Floyd, Bourbon Country, and we know the Neil Diamond thing is coming up. And the other thing is that I think we alluded to it. During COVID, we didn't have a lot of live theater,
Right.
for multiple reasons. COVID hit, there was some other things that came up, but it's coming back now. And we have our first Native Gardens show this coming Friday, and it'll run for 6 weeks. So just to get out of the house, the world gets kind of nutty every now and then. Take your family, come to the Rouse Center, watch a play, enjoy yourself, forget about the world, and enjoy what's going on up on stage and have a good time with your friends and your family. I can't say more than that about what the Rouse Center does, and it's really the whole concept of the Rouse Center. Not only the plays, but the music and the comedy. And actually
And
just
the history of the building, it's so storied. And it's if you want to hear some of the deep secrets about the Rouse Center, get in touch with us. We'll be glad to share. We don't have enough time to do all
No.
that now, but it's wonderful. Most everybody in town here has a connection to the Rouse Center. I know both of our kids performed on that stage, and it's Bobby and I can't imagine Crystal Lake without the Rouse
No.
Center being there. It's
a legendary place.
It is.
It really
It's
is.
very legendary.
Very magical, very legendary.
and
It's a staple in the community.
it is, and it's great for downtown because it brings a lot of people in that may
Right.
not have come to downtown Crystal Lake before.
Right.
Great place.
So so get out and see Native Gardens. It's that was the first show that was canceled when the pandemic hit. So we like to say Native Gardens has been 4 years in the making. Rouse Center's own Michelle Vasquez is directing the show, and it's very funny. It's going to be great. We've seen glimpses of it. In fact, I think dress rehearsal is tonight, so we'll see how that goes. But anyway, we got a lot more music things to talk about in the future. But this has been another great episode. Thank you, Jerry,
Thank
for
you.
being with us. And I want you to stick around when we do our live broadcast with the guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay.
If you got
Why
time.
not?
Cool. Why
Fine.
not?
I also fine, and we can do some things later too. I brought 2 songs just to practice a little bit.
You heard it. So we're going to be live on the live stream.
No, I don't know
No,
about
you
that,
got
but I only got 2 of them.
All right, everybody, smile, be kind, keep on keeping on. Thanks for watching Lifting Spirits, Conversations Around the Piano. Thank you, Drew.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Thanks,
Enjoy the
Drew.
day, guys.